Students, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to discuss a topic related to cell death. So cell death is an event, it's a biological event that is necessary to control the cells population inside the body, and for the normal balance of cells as necessary for the old cells to die. And because the new cells are forming through mitosis, so the old cells have to die to maintain a normal balance and normal functioning inside the body. So for this reason, it is very important for the old cells to die and make a place for the new cells, and in this way body grows and performs a normal functions, right? So it's really necessary process till death that for the body to maintain its normal functioning. So there are two types of first I have to draw cells as why cells death is necessary. It's an important process. It's really important for the cells to die. Cell death is necessary process. Cell death is why it is necessary. As necessary process is necessary because when the new cells are forming, the old cells have to die. The old cells have to die just to maintain a normal balance of cells in the body. Balance of cells and the body, right? So cell death occurs in two ways, and as I wrote over here, one is necrosis and the other one is apoptosis. So first we will talk about necrosis. Necrosis is derived from a Greek word which means necrosis means death. The word necrosis means death. Necrosis word means death, right? It means death. And let's come to how this death occurs. So as an accidental cell death. Accidental cell death. It's an accidental cell death, which maybe is a result of cell entry, trauma, right? So maybe due to some injuries and as a result of high temperature, right? High temperature, maybe due to decrease O2 level, diseases, toxins, which can damage the cellular wall and membrane, and as a result the cell can't maintain its function. That's all about necrosis. Let's come to the apoptosis now. What is apoptosis? Apoptosis as a programmed cell death. Programmed cell death. And what happens? It's a process for the cells to maintain a normal natural process for the cells. Natural process that occurs in a programmed way. And the cells die because it's a natural process, right? The cell shrinkage of the cellular content occurs in it. Shrinkage of the cellular content occurs in it, right? And due to which also the cramping of membrane occurs here. Cramping of the membrane. Due to it, the cellular content is released and the macrophages come and engulf it. So it's a programmed way. And like an example, if you want to talk about the example, so RBCs, if you talk about one example here, what here is, RBCs have a lifespan of, red blood cells have a lifespan of 120 days, right? And similarly, white blood cells have different than 4 weeks or somehow. So after 20 days, RBCs have to die. So new RBCs are forming. So it's necessary for the RBCs to die, and after 120 days, RBCs will die. So that comes an apoptosis process. So that's not apoptosis. Let's come and review cell death. I talk about cell death as a necessary process when the new cells are forming. So they also have to die to maintain the normal balance of cells in the body. It's a really necessary process that should be occur in the body, and that's actually happening in the body, and due to which the normal function of the body is continuing. So it occurs in two ways. One is necrosis and one is apoptosis. So first we'll discuss necrosis. Necrosis is derived from Greek word. It means death as an accidental cell death as a result of cell injury, trauma, high temperature, or decreased oxygen level to the cells or toxins. And it's as an accident. Key point over here is accidental cell death. The cells don't want to die. It's a called, you can say it's a premature cell death. If you want to write here, it's not wrong. Premature cell death, right? Premature cell death. It is not just for the age they should die, but it just don't do it in an accidental way, right? So premature death by autolysis. Let's talk about what is autolysis. So autolysis is a process. You can also call it autolysis is what? It's this self-digestion of the cell. You can say it's self-digestion process of the cell. Refers to the destruction of a cell through the action of its own cells. So destruction of cells occurs in it. Destruction of cells. Action of its own enzymes. Action of its own enzyme. Destruction of cells occurs through action of its own enzymes. So let's move to the apoptosis. It's in a programmed cell death in a programming way and necessary for the normal function of the cells to maintain the normal cell population in the body. So that's really important. Shrinking, and while shrinkage of the cellular contents occurs at crimping of the cell membrane or wall occurs, and the cellular content is released from the cell and is a debris. Yeah. So then that cellular debris is engulfed by the macrophages and it's in a programming way, right? Example, if we talk about RBCs, like RBCs have a lifespan of 120 days. After 120 days, they have to die. So that's all about cell apoptosis and necrosis in a short way.